Okay, we should be good to go. One Piece chapter 1050.
It's over, right?
What's over?
The fight.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
I believe it is, personally. But this is I don't know. I guess an expected, somewhat controversial chapter, based on the contents of the chapter, because I know a lot of people off of 1049, they were holding and waiting and saying, okay, let's see what happens. Let's see if we get some more from Kaido, more backstory, more exposition. And this chapter seems like we're getting into the wrapping up stages of the arc. But I'm here with it's a lot of brothers, Eric and Christian from the TheRedForce Podcast. How y'all doing, man?
We're good, man. We're good, man. Just chill. You know.
I gotta ask y'all because what's something in the story that you guys fundamentally disagree with? Because most times I'm listening to y'all, it seems like y'all, for the most part, agree with each other somewhat.
We've been disagreeing about Kaido mostly. Yeah, Kaido's motivations.
Okay, what do y'all disagree about?
Alright, so basically, let's just say, when Kaido first said that Luffy wasn't Joy Boy,
yeah,
I basically said Kaido's motivation is to fight and defeat or be defeated by Joy Boy for the ultimate glory that he's looking for. That's okay. That's what I think Kaido's motivation is, which is pretty much confirmed at this point. But yeah, my issue with that is it's stupid and shallow. All right, that's my issue. Here we go.
I agree with that.
Depends
I
wouldn't
say
law.
Stupid. I wouldn't say stupid.
Depends on the law.
It's shallow though. It is shallow. You always felt like there was a bit more to Kaido, like Oda was saving it, and I still think he's saving some things. The backstory is spotty. I guess we can touch on 1049 a little bit as well. But yeah, the Joy Boy thing and him coming to that conclusion that only Joy Boy can beat him, etc. It does feel a bit, typical and just meh. But even the backstory gives me hope because it was so spotty. I guess, what did you guys think about that? The backstory in 1049, how Oda laid it out based on what we already knew.
The backstory is choppy and spotty, but basically, if you've been paying attention with Kaido's monologues and speeches to Yamato and things like that, you basically kind of already knew what he was talking about in the flashback anyway. So the flashback doesn't really add much. It just confirms stuff.
Yeah, it confirms about him being a soldier, right? That was something new, him being a soldier for the most part. We knew he was a soldier for rocks, right? Yeah. But in regards to him and vodka and him being sold, I guess. And it's weird because in the past he spoke about if you're weak and you lose, they abandon you, right?
Yeah. But
that's what he... Yeah.
The most interesting part to me about that flashback was the only thing Big Mom said, which is early in the official translation, but she calls Kaido a big rat, which implies a lot.
Do you want to...
Well, it implies that he took the Dragon Devil Fruit and then bailed. That's what it implies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see some people mentioning that, talking about that. I think Eric's mentioned that when we were talking.
Yeah.
And I don't know. For Big Mom, I understand why she would say that. Her and her abandonment issues, right? So it's weird though, because when you say rat, it doesn't mean like you're taking something, right?
Well,
it typically means that you're a snitch, right? Like, or you did something. That's when I think of big rats. I guess that interpretation was a bit weird, but I guess in this context, it means he took something and left. But Oda is intentionally leaving shit out. right?
Well, yeah, like the relationship between Big Mom and Kaido is, I would say, as important as the relationship between Whitebeard and Roger. But we haven't gotten anything on it. Like, it seems like Big Mom was the mother figure to Kaido in that flashback, but we just don't get it.
And Whitebeard was shouting or rocks?
Well,
Whitebeard obviously acknowledged his strength, right? And acknowledged, and also we got to think about where Whitebeard came from, his upbringings, where he was basically an orphan, right? Strong kid trying to find purpose. Saw Kaido, strong kid, just he's like, hey, we might have a place for you here, The only thing is with Big Mom and Kaido, how Oda is kind of setting up the relationship, it kind of makes it seem like Big Mom had plans for Kaido to be a part of her shit. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like be maybe her right hand.
Well, maybe this is before Big Mom gets, like, as cynical as she is right now. Like, when she's on the rocks, you never really see her that upset. She's more smiling and kind of nurturing towards Kaido. But that could be just manipulation, but,
Well, I think at some point, one can only get abandoned so many times, right?
Yeah.
It's just like it keeps happening. It keeps happening over and over. And I think for her, she probably, hey, I'm giving you this devil fruit, and this is kind of like our contract or our bond. I'm saving your life.
Yeah.
You owe me.
You know what's crazy though, Brago? Like, I just realized during all the rocks incident, Katakuri and Perispo were just chilling on some island.
They're born.
Like,
they are alive.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy, man. Like,
yeah.
Big Mom cares so much about Kaido, but just, like, leaves her kids.
Leaves her kids.
Yeah.
I think we'll get into
Big Mom values strength, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like...
Yeah, well, they both do. They could be a rock star.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, more than likely, it's the Rock's influence. I think... one thing, like, that is so fucking clear, bro. The reason why the Rock's crew lost is not because Roger and Garp are just uber powerful.
Yeah.
This video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakurako.
All right, guys, we are back again with openings. Tokyo Treat, Sakurako. You guys seem to enjoy the last time we did this. We're running it back, all right? We're running it back. So quickly for new viewers, if you weren't aware, Tokyo Treat and Sakurako, two amazing snack boxes from Japan, but they're different. With Tokyo Treat, you get 20 of the latest, most exclusive, limited edition, and seasonal flavored Japanese snacks that's only available in Japan for a limited time. Sakurako, you will receive 20 traditional and authentic artisan Japanese snacks, or rather items, including teas and even tableware. Sakurako helps with partnering with local Japanese snack makers to continue to share Japanese culture and traditions that have been passed down for over 100 years. So what I'm doing today is trying a few of these snacks from each boxes for you guys, and we're going to get to it. Let's not waste any more time. Here we are. So here we go. Here we go. Okay, so JJK fans, and I haven't gotten to this point yet, but I'm excited to. The theme for Sakurako is Snack in Shibuya. Basically, it's treats available all around downtown Tokyo. So I guess now I have some indication as to what happens in JJK is downtown Tokyo. Anyway, first thing we're going to try is this Kit Kat pudding. That's what we're going to try, the Kit Kat pudding. This is really good because it tastes like white chocolate, but it has a different tinge to it that I really can't explain. Kit Kat pudding flavor. Exclusive, all right? Let's try the Quattro cheese. Quattro cheese. Looks like Cheetos, but Quattro cheese. That's the one. Y'all know I always gotta try a drink from Sakurako, so we're gonna try the caramel popcorn soda. I don't know what to expect. Okay. That's pretty good. Sakurako's theme is Taste of Hokkaido. So, One Piece fans, Hokkaido, it makes me think. All right, anyway. All right, so they always give you a table item. Got my nice bowl, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Wasake, you know that. First thing we're going to try is a Milk Bell Castella. How they look? Almost like pound cake. Like small pound cake bites. Or like sugary, it's little cake bites. Next thing we're going to try is sweet corn chocolate. I saw this one, I was like, yeah, I got to try this one. So it's corn puffs plus sweet chocolate. So here we go. As I expected, this one's a banger. This one's a banger. So something interesting is the Hokkaido milk Danish. And we gonna get right in. Okay. Y'all, with some tea, this whole bang. Oh my God. If you'd like to try these boxes, right? My Sakurako box or my Tokyo Treat box. Use code LAW for $5 off your first of each. Sakurako or Tokyo Treat, right? Link in the description down below. Check them out. Everybody that I've talked to that actually got one of these boxes or got both, they love them because it's a taste of Japan every single month. And who knows, maybe you can start creating your own content from stuff like this, you know? Anyway, catch y'all later. Peace.
They lost because
Like every time we see the Rocks, they keep on saying they're dysfunctional. Like every time.
in fighting. It's like, and this is maybe a little bit of a stretch, but
Yeah.
like, do you think Kaido had something to do with it as well? Like he turned on them or something?
Look, I think it's got more to do with Whitebeard, to be honest.
I think Whitebeard 100% Whitebeard turned.
Because every time we see Whitebeard on the Rocks, he looks like he does not want to be there.
Looks unhappy.
Yeah, he's like, why am I here?
Like, why am I here? And maybe that was the thing that the straw that broke the camel's back. He was like, nah, I'm not fucking doing that.
Yeah, I'm out.
Like, I'm out. I'm sorry. You know, like Mihawk when Shanks pulled up. He's like, I'm not
he's
fighting.
like, I'm out.
I'm not fighting Roger.
I don't know how you guys feel, but I'm almost sold that Rocks is the next story arc.
It feels that way.
The legacy of Rocks.
Just Rocks in general. Because, like, this is like the prelude to the final war. If you think about it.
Yeah.
But we got to think about the person that's carrying on Rox's will.
There's all Blackbeard theories.
Blackbeard, yeah.
But
It's all Blackbeard theories.
I think we'll get into it in the chapter, but Big Mom and Kaido are now together again.
Yeah, the explosion. or
So-
whatever, yeah.
Yes.
Do they retreat and then join forces and then come after Luffy at the end, or are they done forever?
I don't think there's any way Big Mom is done forever. Her story still feels incomplete, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I think we still need a bit more from her and Kaido. We need more from both of them. Unless
I've been
Oda,
saying this for a long time, but the only thing that makes sense in terms of power for the final war is literally Blackbeard, Kaido, Big Mom versus Luffy, Dragon, whatever. Because, like,
so what side do the Marines take?
Well, the good
Marines
Marines,
can
yeah.
be after Blackbeard or whatever, but, like...
The good Marines.
Yeah, the good faction. Yeah.
Luffy, the Straw Hat crew, and the Revolutionaries, and even Shanks against the Navy. The Navy have no shot.
Yeah,
so
they need backup.
they need backup.
Unless SSG's that good, but
Yeah.
The Straw Hat crew. Who else? Shanks
Dragon
and
and the Revolutionaries with Zabo.
Dragon, yeah.
the Revolutionaries disappoint me, but I hear you.
I mean, at least Zabo and Dragon are at least could beat an admiral together. At least you could.
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
to admit. Yeah.
No, they should have no chance. Well,
Yeah.
it all depends on what Oda does. No, because Garp Sengoku's not really part of it anymore, unless you guys believe in the legend of Kong and
Kong, the most legendary character.
and then on the Blackbeard side, I don't think Aokiji's gonna fight with him.
Hey, Brago, who's more of a meme, Kong or Scopokamon?
Definitely Kong.
Ah.
We've seen
Scopokamon.
Scopokamon. We've seen him in action at least. Even in the loading screen versus Odin, we've seen him in action.
We see them. That's true.
With Kong, he just has scars, right?
That's true. Yeah.
With nothing to back it up, right?
He's got
Not
a big
even
neck as well.
right, a thick neck. Not even Roger saying, "Hey, at least send Sengoku and Kong."
Yeah, Kong.
Right? It's like he's just in the story.
I just think the Navy in that era just wasn't as militant as they are now, just because of the Great Pirate
Well, we
era.
kind of know that because they
Yeah.
buffed up after Roger died.
Yeah.
They didn't have to be
Pirate era.
though.
So,
Yeah, because, there wasn't a Great Pirate Age happening.
Yeah. It was the quality of pirate I think was higher because, it wasn't that many, right? So the pirates that made it to the top, those were the ones that were flourishing, but also everybody wasn't chasing after the same thing, right? Yeah. Like they are today, where the government had to tighten up a lot. Back then, it was like, all right, Roger's trying to sail the entire world. It's like, all right, cool, let him do his thing, whatever. Whitebeard's trying to have his family. Shiki's trying to ally. She just wants war, damn near.
Is Shiki the Apu of that era?
Yes,
He just snitches and
God.
runs around.
yes. He's so dodgy.
Yeah.
Like, he just wanted to ally. After Roger went, he's like, hey, Whitebeard, hey, we could make some shake. But nah, it wasn't the same. Even though Garp was intent on, he was chasing Roger all over the place. it wasn't the same like it is today. So the world government has to be a lot better than they were back then. I guess we can get into 1050 now.
Yeah.
Cover page.
It's not Blackbeard. Who would have thought?
Hold on.
Okay.
I think Oda's throwing us off on purpose.
Okay, bro. Come on, man.
I think so, man.
Bro, you really think Blackbeard pirates are turning up?
No. I don't. I never believed in Blackbeard pirates or crocodile. I just don't think. I think this is intentionally misleading us.
So, how do you think they got into this room? Did they fold Cracker or they just appeared?
That's the tough part.
Yeah.
That's the tough part.
Is it
Like, 'cause
Ichiji the one that's
listen.
struggling the kid out, or?
Yeah. Oh, Ichiji.
That's Ichiji, yes.
It
Yes.
doesn't fuck, but we do that.
Yes. Ichiji, he doesn't. Well, the thing is, if he doesn't care, why is he here? I'm assuming it's an order from Judge
Yeah.
Yeah.
to get back his experiments. But I guess for Ichiji and Reiju, they shouldn't even be able to do anything with Cracker. We've seen them in action.
Cracker's still recovering. You could like make that argument that Cracker, he's still badly damaged.
Ichiji got one paneled by Katakuri.
Yeah, but that's kind of Curry.
Well, it depends. Cracker might have just been known in these biscuit soldiers, and they just one shot it.
Yeah, we also know Cracker doesn't like pain. So, did you get?
Oh man, if these two beat Cracker, it's just so. But yeah. But no, when we go back to the cover story, looking at the silhouettes, they didn't. I guess they didn't have their boosters on already yet, right?
They probably weren't Germa transformed yet, I guess. But I do see a high heel and just a normal boot. So
right.
could just be them, dude. I don't know.
It could no. That's the more logical, the most logical thing. The thing is, this is Oda style, right? To build it up, and then it's like, hey, it is who you thought it was. But I thought it'd be something different because he kind of hid it for so long, and then the obvious implication of what it was, I expected something different. But I always knew that the more logical thing was Reiju and Ichiji. But I am holding out hope that.
Well, normally the cover
others.
page is right. The last issue of the cover page has some reveal on it. So like the Capone one went so long with nothing,
pound.
and then at the end we get Pounds alive. So
yeah. For this one, obviously the Blackbeard stuff would be the most interesting thing. The difficulty in that is that you have to send Blackbeard.
I mean, like it's too crazy to be in a cover story. You know what I mean? Like,
It is. It feels like it's too much. And then also, again, you can't say Blackbeard's just sending two of his soldiers, right? Because they're gonna get folded.
unless this is a showcase for what's his name? No, the swordsman. How did I go?
Shiryu?
Yeah, Shiryu.
No
Showcase
way.
for Shiryu.
Shiryu's not doing anything here by himself.
I mean, Shiryu's gonna be stronger than King to make Zoro challenge. So
Stronger or just trickier?
You know how Shonen works, Brago. He's gonna.
I know. I'm on the Shiryu bandwagon because I think it makes sense for him to be stronger. But it's just like where Zoro is right now.
Yeah,
it's gonna have to be something ridiculous, man.
I mean, he could have Conquerors. We could have like the Conquerors coding battle, but
How do y'all feel about Conqueror's coding now? Like just at this point in the time in the story.
Basically, it made it so if you don't have Conquerors, you can't be top 10. That's what it made it.
I agree.
Like if you don't have Conquerors Haki, top 10's out of the question.
Very
you can be top 10,
like
but you gotta have like broken devil fruits. Like say you got magma.
But I like
top
it.
10.
I like it because it feeds into the agenda of Shanks, which I'm all here for.
Yeah.
So
Okay, but what if Mihawk has Conqueror's Haki?
That's fine. Mihawk could get his little crumbs from Shanks, but
Okay, but if he has Conqueror's Haki and he's the world's greatest swordsman, what does Shanks have over him?
Brago, why are you trying
Sandals.
to lead us down this path?
All right, we'll get to it later. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from the cover story.
Yeah.
Kaido's now in the middle of the earth. It illustrates two giant chasms created by Big Mom and Kaido, and apparently it's cracking the border of Wano. What do you guys think is going to happen here?
Well, I've been talking about the borders of Wano physically disappearing since Wano started. Because that's just how stories work. Like, we're not going to get a piece of paper signed by Momonosuke to be like, the borders are open. That's not exciting.
No, something physically has to change.
It's going to be
I thought it'd be Momonosuke, what's his name? Zunisha. Physically staying somewhere forever.
Still could.
Like, that's right. Just and then changing the currents to make it easier to
Well,
you know.
yeah. Well, like, it's... But Zunisha is kind of implied to be part of it in this chapter
Right.
as well, so I guess we'll get to that. But first, Braga, we have to talk about the new Straw Hat. That's Yamato. Catching Luffy from the sky.
Think this is confirmed.
Catching a captain.
Bro, come on. Yamato, the connection with Ace.
I've been saying it for.
It's too much. Like, even like I think the anime reminded people of Yamato's story and like the connections with Ace, her dreams of going out to sea to experience everything.
She wants to leave, right? That was the first thing we found out, that she wants to leave.
Promises Ace that
she's
she'll
going
leave
to
with
leave.
Luffy.
Yeah.
And my thing was like, it's so in my head it was obvious, right? Because
Yeah.
Oden got to a point. He only could go as far as Roger could, right? And Roger got to the place where he's like, all right, I can't do any more. And so whatever Oden wrote in his journal for Yamato, she has to continue that. She has to finish it.
Yeah.
So I think it's obvious that Yamato has to go with Luffy.
And like the reason why she was only in Wano is because Kaido was keeping her there. She doesn't want to be.
She doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be there. And then I think the perfect thing is that the Minks, they're going to always remain in Wano, right? Because Zunisha it's on his last leg. So they're going to always remain in Wano. And with the Scabbards being there now, she doesn't feel like she has to stay and protected anymore. Yeah. And now with Kyoshiro, he's about to announce the Shogun, whoever, we get to that. But like, that burden should be lifted.
Did I talk about this before?
Yeah.
But I think Zoro will reconnect Wano. Because I think it's a missing island from Wano. That makes sense.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah. I mean, I think Zunisha is definitely a part of Wano. That's why. That's why the Shogun thing. We'll talk about that. But I agree. Yamato, 100% a Straw Hat. It was.
Bro,
it was obvious.
Look what Oda's already starting to do in this arc. He doesn't call them the Monster Trio anymore. It's the Wings of the Pirate King, and I think that's extremely obvious because of Jinbei Yamato. Like, no more Monster Trio. Now we got the Wings.
I'm giving Momo 75% chance to join the crew.
Momonosuke?
Yeah.
I think Momo definitely has to go as well. Even if Momo doesn't go initially, at some point he has to go.
Momo feels like a VV situation to me because the new Shogun of Wano.
The thing is, though, like 2 months ago, he was like, "What was my father talking about? I want to experience that as well." So
yeah.
And Yamato and him are like joined together now. So
absolutely, and she feels like she has to protect him because she's Odin, quote unquote. And for Momonosuke, he's obviously not going to be the Shogun that's announced. And I think he has some, even though he's an adult, he has some growing up to do and some things to learn.
Do you think the new Shogun's going to be Hirori?
No.
Kuroshiro. Or Kirimo.
You think Kyoshiro's gonna say, I'm the new Shogun?
It's me.
He'll be like,
I'm niggas.
Momo's grandfather's like, I'm still alive.
Teguyama? Yeah.
I've been saying, if Hitetsu comes out and say, yo, I'm Sukiyaki, that'd be so lame. not lame story-wise, but lame for like him as a man.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been waiting. Yeah.
Yo, everybody's fighting for your country and you do not join? Come on.
Well,
there's no way he's Sukiyaki, is he?
I think he is, dude. He said he's been waiting. He said he's been waiting for someone for 20 years. I don't know,
but he doesn't join the fight?
He's an old man. I don't know. Was he?
I guess so. You're right. He's a very old man.
He's an old man. Looking after the kids.
You're right about that. No, I do think Momonosuke goes. I think he goes with them. But I think the Shogun. I've been saying from the beginning, who I think the Shogun should be is either Neku and Inu or one of them.
Well, yeah. Momo will be the Shogun, and then it was like, I'll be back, and then someone will
Right.
take the reins.
And of course, they've had experience leading a country before.
That's true. That's true.
I think
you know?
Kirishiro is in the line.
But it's I don't know because it's kind of
I don't think Kirishiro would say he'd want to do it, but I think he could be nominated for it.
Yeah.
Where it's
And
like
he's supposed to be the smart one of the Scabbards.
Yeah. The thing is, he's probably gonna nominate Kinemon, right?
Oh my god.
But then he probably will, because he looks up to Kinemon. But
Well,
then they may say, you've been here, you've seen the inner workings, and all this was put in motion because you were the witching hour boy, you were protecting Kurosaki, like you were doing all this right under Orochi's nose. You know the inner workings of Orochi. You know how to run the country already.
And the people of Wano respect.
They respect
Denjiro.
Kirishiro.
Yeah.
What if he just
Remember they respect Kirishiro because of his position back then with your Orochi, but then knowing that he was always like Denjiro and he was protecting the country in the shadows, that bolsters his chances as well.
Do you
So-
think his
I think
face
it's
goes back to
Kirishiro. I
normal?
think it's Denjiro actually now.
So Momonosuke gets announced as Shogun, and then
Then they're like,
Kirishiro
no.
takes over as retainer
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, they say no, you should do it.
But do you think his face is going to return back to normal since his rage is over?
Bro,
No, I think that's it.
my rage
possible.
has subsided. And he's
What if he just is like...
his hair grows back to black?
What if he's just like, and my wife will be Kurosaki, and then just kisses her?
That'd be weird as fuck.
That's
though.
weird as fuck, man.
That'd be weird as hell, especially since he saw her grow up. But that'd be like a Struce and Big Mom thing. That's
We
happened
don't want
before.
that. We don't want that. All right, please.
Nasty, very nasty work. I have a kind of like a crack theory.
Okay.
Kirishiro is about to reveal to everyone that Toki's still alive.
Turkey.
What's she been doing?
In the shadows,
Is she just Is she
healing
just
people.
here? Like, is she just here to tell us about the Void Century? Like, why does she have to be alive?
Void Century stuff.
Kinda, yeah.
I guess Unisha could kind of tell us as well, though. It's like it's not necessary.
Yeah. I don't. It's not like something I have a lot of hard evidence for. It's just like, it's just a weird thing with her and the things she's left behind.
Time for what's
Yeah,
irrelevant.
the time fruit. It's just like, why not use it? And Kirishiro, where did he go for that long of a time? Where was he?
Yeah, he was
What was
trying
he
to
doing?
find Hiyori, man.
I mean,
It's a big castle.
I guess. And then something that I was thinking was like when they're like, oh, you can't fake that beauty. Was like, what if that's actually Toki that they're seeing right now?
Maybe,
I don't
but
know.
I don't think so, man. I think it's just
It is far fetched. It is far fetched. No, I think I've talked myself into
So, boys,
Kirishiro.
I'm
Him being-
conflicted about this chapter, right? Because we've got the
Conflicted.
whole lantern scene with like it's the finale, and we're sending off all the people who died and all that stuff. And then, but then on the other hand, it's like, is Kaido really going down like this? Is this how it ends? I don't know.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I want
We're
to
gonna talk
be the
about
last
this
thing we talk
flashback,
about.
all right? We're gonna talk about this flashback.
Did you guys care about the flashback?
Dude, Yasue, he's fine. Didn't really feel that much for him in Act 2.
I started to feel some stuff from in the Viver cards when they said that he's probably faking his smile thing. I was like, oh man, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's something I wish was mentioned in the story. But then here it's like, okay, do you guys know if for smile fruit, if you eat it, someone gets the effects? Can someone else get the effects of smile?
That's how
I
they
don't
work in the
think
first
so.
place, though.
Yeah, I think it's depends. I think it's just random, depends on the bite.
Right, because Toko ate it first, so she ate a smile fruit.
Yeah.
But if he eats it as well, it doesn't work like a regular fruit.
So he ate it, but he's not. He just acted like he's smiling, but it didn't
Right.
actually affect him.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
I thought
I
the
think that's
smile
possible.
they gave to Itsubitsu was like the
Ibisu.
ones that the pleasures ate,
Yeah.
and then they discarded the leftovers. So there should be enough magic in the fruit for everyone to eat it.
Well, it's like
So,
yeah,
okay. So it's leftover. You're right. They did eat the leftovers, didn't they?
yeah. Orochi gave him the leftovers to make him smile forever or something. Yeah.
So then she should technically have the same ailment.
Yeah.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
you go.
Take my life
River
back.
card's wrong again. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Well,
favorite cards.
the Viver cards omitted that information.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing. It never said he ate a smile food. Just didn't say that he did or didn't. So then people said, "Oh, he didn't eat one, so that's really cool." But I guess they left it out because they didn't want to ruin the reveal. I guess. The Toko moment did hit a bit. The Yasu thing, it's hard to care about Yasu as much just because of how I feel like his role in the story was. It was kind of short.
It was a weird thing for me with Yasue because he spent so much time with Zoro, but it was kind of spotty and weird. And then he sacrifices himself to divert the plan, but then they get caught anyway. So it didn't even work, in a way. You know what I mean?
In a way, but it gave him another chance, I guess, and that's what they're saying.
Yeah. I mean, it did and it didn't because Orochi knew anyway. Yasue's sacrifice didn't actually do anything because Konjiro was just telling him that it wasn't Yasue, so he already knew it wasn't him.
Oh, as he said in the chapter,
yeah.
it was to give the people hope, Christian, not the strong.
Yeah, I know, but like the sacrifice didn't actually help the alliance in any way. But
Yeah. I mean, the moment was the Toko moment was. I liked that. Yeah. That was dope. I really did like that moment.
That's Wano Act 2 problems, right?
Yeah, Act 2 is rough.
Do you remember when Dritz was complaining about the guards and how no one stopped Toko?
Yeah, man, that's so boring.
Oh man, shout out to Toko, man. Shout out to Toko.
So the boats go up, we see them all fly up. Neko Mamushi announces that Luffy's won. Okay, Neko. That's a
Did you
big
guys see
claim.
the theory that's out there now? I know you
Yeah, I
guys
see
have seen
it.
About
That's,
Nekomamushi being the one to like announce that Odin had won as well.
That's victories too early.
Yeah, he announces victories too early.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel the same here.
That's kind of crazy. Neko went back upstairs to fight Kaido. Like, look where he is. He's all the way at the top of the Skull Dome. He went back up. He's like, I'm ready for round 2.
I guess.
Yeah, look, he's on the top of the skull. He's ready.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It feels over.
Yeah.
Apu is like, man, I should have allied with Straw Hat pretty much.
Yeah, why is Apu still here? What's he doing?
Why is he so casually just walking around?
Yeah.
No one is taking him
Man, why
out
did
yet.
Hawkins get lit up but Apu's still fine? This is
Yeah.
some bullshit.
Yeah.
Because Hawkins was too competent.
Come on, man.
And
Yeah,
Hawkins, the
Hawkins-
thing is, Hawkins is one of the characters in Wano that started at like an A+ for me,
Yeah.
like for Act 1. And
I
then
agree.
it just started going down and down and down. And then his fight with Killer was just like, come on, bro. You're one of the smartest characters
Yeah.
in the series.
I
There's no
always
way.
assumed Hawkins would ally with the Straw Hats eventually. but
Eventually,
it never,
right?
never happened.
Never
It
happened. The whole card, the whole 1%.
Hey man,
thing,
it might not be over, Brago.
the 1% thing, the
Yeah.
card,
Might not be
the chances of them surviving.
I think after it's all said and done, we'll do like an episode about like random plot points that never went anywhere. in Wano,
Never
'cause there's
forget
so many.
never forget the Frankie anti-Kaido weapons.
I already told you guys what that is.
What
What?
is it?
Tama.
Oh, it's
Okay.
a Tama. Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
It's Tama.
The blueprints to the mansion didn't matter.
Yeah, there's weird stuff, but
There's
there's a lot of weird stuff going on.
Yeah, I think the Hawkins stuff was like we put so much stock in the 1% man, right? And like the card.
It's
that
the
can,
basis for Morgan's entire theory. Is that
Is it really?
so Hawkins lied?
Yeah, the 1 month time limit.
Yeah.
It's only been 2 weeks. Yeah.
So maybe it's not over.
Maybe it's not over. Who knows? But we get to see some other characters. We get to see Lord Beppo. Shout out Beppo.
Was it on the rooftop?
Shout out Killer. He got. Do you think Killer is the most surprising character in Wano?
I would say it's Killer. For the next popularity poll, he'll have the highest jump.
Yeah. Yeah, like no one suspected Killer to actually do anything. On the
No one
rooftop.
expected him to do anything.
Yeah.
And he, at times, outperformed his captain.
Yeah, I remember that chapter where he actually hurt Kaido. And,
The sound
kid's
sonic
like,
thing. Yeah.
A kid's like, what? You could hurt Kaido? Oh.
I'm like, you don't know his abilities?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, seeing Killer here, I think back to some of the reveals Oda has done in Wano and how much I loved his reveal. What was his name?
Kamazo the
Manslayer.
That's right.
That was done amazingly. I love that reveal. And then we had the Hiyori reveal, the Komurasaki thing that was pretty much told from the beginning that that's what it was.
Yeah.
Right? That was obvious as hell.
It's weird, right? Because sometimes Oda just hits you in the head, and sometimes he's actually good at hiding stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then the Denjiro thing, which is kind of in the middle. Right?
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
like
we got to the point where it's like it has to be
it has to
Kyushu
be
at this
him.
point.
He's the only one, right?
Yeah. There's only one person left. Yeah.
So then it shows just how Oda, this shit is intentional. He wanted us to know that Hiyori was Komurasaki early.
Yeah.
And I think an interview talked about how Oda says he's writing for hardcore and casuals.
Yeah,
right?
I'm pretty sure he said if I only wrote for the hardcore fans, then I would I'll just alienate 90% of my audience.
Right.
So
that's why like he has the Hiyori thing, which is like if you're casual, you're like it must be her, right? If you're hardcore, you're like, bro.
I got my noteboard out. I got pins and paper everywhere.
Like I already know it's her. Yeah. But then the Kamazo thing, it's like I know Gio called it, right? Because Gio did the neck comparison. The neck comparison.
Okay.
And that's how he figured it out.
Yeah, but like Braga, there's that. But then also we still don't know why he was working with Orochi exactly. Maybe people theorize it's because Kid was captured and he was just doing what Orochi said.
I think it's something in the anime that Orochi asked for him.
But like it's still kind of not confirmed why. Like people are trying to claim that Killer was like under mind controls and like he didn't know what he was doing and that's why he lost to Zoro.
Remember like in the manga he wasn't responding to Killer or Kid at moments.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Right? We're like, is something wrong with him?
Yeah.
And so, but then after we find out it's him, he starts responding again.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. There's a lot of weird stuff in Wano like that, man. Like even like Marco's note or like there's all this like weird.
The
stuff
Marco note thing was odd.
Right. He's just like I'm not turning up. I'm just joking. I am turning up.
Yeah, that was enough.
But
this kind of I don't know. Wano somewhat feels like it should be longer.
Oh, man.
As weird as it is,
it's 150 chapters almost.
Right. It's long as hell, but I think Oda had even more plans for it.
Yeah, I think a lot got cut.
Yes,
I think a lot. I think you can point to a lot of incidents where like weird stuff happens and gets mentioned and then doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
that happened a lot in Act 2, where just like things just got dropped.
But you felt like Oda was like, "Oh man, maybe this is too ambitious."
Well, there was that. Do you remember that whole scene with Usopp and Nami talking about if they were getting interrogated?
Yes.
And then that never happened. And it was kind of teeing up that they're gonna get captured.
They're gonna get captured. Yep, I remember that.
Moment, but
never happened.
There's a whole bunch of weird small things like that in Wano that isn't characteristic.
I think things changed, like plans changed at some point.
Yeah, but
yeah. I mean, but that happens in an arc as robust as this, and the more we talk about it, the more I remember just great moments in Wano that I really enjoyed. Like I really enjoyed the Kamazo thing. I know there was a moment in which Kyoshiro was dope as hell, right? When he was working with Orochi.
Yeah.
He seemed competent.
He made Zoro look like a bum.
He made Zoro look human almost, right?
Yeah.
Like he wasn't budging. And then, of course, we had our Law moments, Law and Hawkins interactions. That was cool. I think that's the thing. Like, when you go through Wano, that's why it's in my top 5, because I've had some amazing moments with it.
Yeah, Wano's the arc of, like, extreme highs and then extreme lows. It's like a weird thing.
The thing is, the extreme lows I can think of is like the Big Mom stuff, right?
Yeah,
and
the
then
amnesia.
the amnesia, and then the deaths, the fake outs.
And the
And Nami getting her fight stolen. Yeah, I'm mad about that one.
I'm not too mad about that, but I understand it. I wasn't happy about it. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't. That ulti Nami page one. That felt like that was cut. That felt like something was cut there.
It's also like Kaido made such a big deal about how weak they were that they couldn't open the scar, and then no one opens the scar. Like,
I mean, yeah, but the people bring up that Zoro gave Kaido a scar, and that's what that plot was. Like, that's,
but it wasn't, because the whole thing was they couldn't reopen it because they were too weak.
Yeah, but Zoro gave him a new scar.
But Zoro didn't reopen this scar.
Yeah, but he gave him a new one.
No one reopened this scar.
Yeah.
I really do. I don't know. There's a solid chance he gets back up, and then Luffy does like a Rio Paradise Tazuka and reopens it.
You know what's crazy?
Palm strike?
Yeah.
What's odd is just how Oda, how he does in regards to the strength, where like all the scabbards together
Yeah.
couldn't reopen the scar.
I don't know. I think Luffy's done. Like, as soon as Luffy's wrapped up in bandages, he's normally done for the arc.
Typically.
So maybe it's a Yamato Momonosuke combo attack.
Not nearly as powerful enough.
I don't know. Yamato being like, I will be free.
I think it's.
Moro doing the same
I think
thing.
it's done, which is weird, but we'll have to unpack that.
Well, yeah.
At a point.
I think we're gonna get to the most interesting part of the chapter, which is Momonosuke deciding not to open the borders yet. To me, this is flashing red lights that the arc is nowhere near over.
Nowhere near.
I think at least because this opens up more plot, Brago. Why does Momo not want the borders open? Why not now?
He wants the island. He wants Wano to heal.
Bro, it has to be related to Joy Boy.
Unless he's like, I'm not a man yet. I have to travel the seas and then become a man.
Like,
and
then it has to be Joy Boy related. There's no way, because the opening of Wano's borders is directly Joy Boy related.
Well,
and
we
he
know
tells
why.
Janisha he's not ready.
A couple of weeks ago, he was like scared to open them. He's like, look at all these powerful people that are going to take Wano. Am I a coward? Well, how is my father so brave?
Yeah,
you know?
but
so he's scared of the people that are going to invade the country. So
Eric,
they might actually get into the politics about it.
If the plot was over, surely Momonosuke opens the borders. You know what I mean? Like, if the plot's over, why not open the borders? Why is Oda adding more plot elements to the story if the story's over?
Yeah, it feels unnecessary, right? Yeah. Because I feel like Momo didn't have to say that, and they could still have the conversation around it if it's something he was thinking about. But for him to come out and say it, for me, it could be a more character thing that Oda wanted him to say, to just be more assertive, because he did this, I'm assuming, without talking to anyone about it. It's just about how he was feeling. It was like, Zunisha, I'm deciding that we're not opening up the borders of Wano.
Yeah, but that opens up a question as to why. And that means more plot, basically.
And it seems like he's been thinking about it for a while.
Yeah.
About how it's not ready. Or something isn't ready. He feels like something isn't ready for the borders to be open.
Yeah.
Which I'm not
he's
sure
gonna
what that is.
Do you think he's gonna ask Luffy to be the Shogun?
No.
Or like ask Luffy to protect Wano or something? Is that a thing?
I mean,
like a
probably,
partnership?
He's gonna ask Luffy for some time. Yeah. He's gonna ask Luffy for some time for the people to heal the country. I think that's what he's gonna ask.
Because if you remember in Zoro, that was the whole thing where it's like Momo asked Luffy to help him, right?
Yeah.
So Momo has to acknowledge Luffy in some way for it to conclude.
I mean, yeah, but we can't forget that the whole thing about Wano is waiting for the dawn and to open the borders. Like, Wano can't end until that happens.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole story of Wano, is to open the borders and for the dawn to arrive. So, Momonosuke delaying it only means to me that there's more to this arc.
Do you think it's a mechanical thing where we have to get through all the exposition to keep the Straw Hats safe and then we open the borders?
No, I don't think that's necessary. But
because the Navy is outside chilling.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like I've been thinking about this a lot. It's like, why would he say that? Like, I
Yeah,
don't.
dude,
like,
I'm telling you, it has to be prophecy Joy Boy related. Because
it gotta be.
It's gotta be because he's read the journal, he knows the prophecy, and he says no, too soon. So,
But
are we
Zanisha, see how
actually?
Zanisha looks? I don't know
He's
if
like,
Zanisha
what?
has that much left, man.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'll
Have you seen
decide.
that? Have you seen that meme on Twitter
Of the
where it's like, I've been waiting for 800 years? What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been walking for this long. We're finally here. Like, not yet. We mean like tomorrow we gotta wait? Like, how long we gotta wait? But nah, I feel like that's gonna be a big reveal. And then I think back to the thing that Oda said, he's been waiting to draw the last panel of Wano or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm still excited to see what that is.
Yeah.
We
So-
then get the randoms, the
fodder.
extras, the fodder. Still
See,
want to fight.
Brago, they say the thing that we've been saying for 2 years. The fodder doesn't matter. They say we still have the greater numbers. You don't matter. Stop. Like, we've been saying this for years.
Bro,
at this
remember
point.
I said that the numbers are just numbers.
Yeah. Like, we all
said,
know the
like-
fodder doesn't matter.
It's like they're just numbers.
Yeah.
That's it. They're just numbers to fill the board. And so even when they try to hype it up like, oh, when CP0 is like, it doesn't matter if the generals are taken out, they still have the mindset of Kaido's crew. And it's like, all it took was Yamato to stand to them and they're like, young master.
And shout out Frankie for still being 100% fine after fighting Sasaki.
I think he's capping. I don't think he has anything left.
Dude, the Shogun took all the damage. Frankie took 0 damage.
But does he have fuel though? That's the thing.
His body would.
I mean, surely
His
the
personal
Shogun has a
body.
different fuel source.
No, it does, but like, does he have any reserves? I don't think he has any left, but I think this is just Frankie being
Did
manly.
you do a radical beam to Sasaki?
He did? How many radical beams did he do?
He did a
1 or
couple.
2? Yeah.
He did a couple, so I don't know if he has any left.
Nah, Frankie's fine.
But Frankie's manly, so he's gonna say that regardless.
Yeah. But,
Because I think
shout
he's
out-
saying, I
shout out
got
Frankie.
tons of fuels left in the tank.
Just carrying Zoro's corpse.
Right.
Bro, no one's ready for the Shogun V2 to be commander level. No one's ready for that.
Cool.
Maybe it is. Or,
Shogun V2?
Oh, stop it.
or just
What
the
do you mean,
Shogun
stop
is
it?
powerful. People underrated it.
Bro,
But it's losing to every commander.
I'm saying Frankie's final power-up, Shogun V2.
Oh, his final power up?
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but the thing is, by that
Should be
point,
too.
most of the Straw Hats should be, well, when you say commander, like being like Speed Jiro or something.
No, I'm talking about like their
Yeah,
Commander
Aizo,
Cracker,
yeah.
not Thunder God Magai. Like,
Beating with Dharma, is that his name?
yeah, getting that guy.
Flame Katana Fossa.
Yeah, Fossa, yeah.
Fossa. What about, what's his name? Rocky?
Nah, I'm talking Vista levels of
Whitey
strength.
Bay.
You know? Vista
Whitey
level.
Bay? No, he can't beat Vista.
This is
Shout
the
out
fourth
Vista
commander. He doesn't count.
Yeah, he can't beat Vista.
Yeah, alright.
No way. He'll never reach it. He'll never be at that level.
The Flower Blade Vista.
Nah, he'll never
Famous
be.
name.
He will never be able to be the top 3 commander. I don't think.
Alright.
Like
So,
the Smoothie, Cracker, those guys. I don't think so.
So now we get the most controversial panel of this chapter. Big Mom Kaido under lava. Do you think
That's
this matters
a
at
weird
all?
panel. I think it's drawn poorly.
I mean, you could see both Big Mom and Kaido there.
The thing is, they both look like Kaido.
I mean, yeah, you could make, I can see that.
You see the horn and like, but
It
but
was
when
just
you
a
look,
blob though.
When you look closely, yeah,
Big Mom's just
It's-
a ball with like little
it's-
feet in the end.
yeah.
it's such a weird like panel. It's so weird because like people are saying, "Oh, that's Kaido split in half," right?
What?
So
Split in half by what? Who split him in half?
Luffy's
So-
punch
Yeah, bro, it's split him in half. That's
split him
crazy.
in half. People say that's Kaido's coat.
So,
like, what
bro,
the
are
fuck?
you on
That's
the side of
Big
the
Mom and
fence? Is this like a Akeno L or W? Which one is it?
Okay, you do LOW.
It's a W then.
Well,
Hey, man.
how?
Dude, I don't see them dying from this. Just
If
because
they're dead, which they're not,
There's no way, dude. There's
no way. Come on, there's no way. I don't even want to entertain it because there's no way.
So,
Come on, guys. How can we? For people that think that they're dead,
They're not.
go back to the chapter where Kaido hits Kinemon with the 2-handed Conqueror's Haki coated, damn near Bagua,
You know
and then
what?
stabs him.
Bronco, go back to last week when Kaido had his own magma form, why would he die in magma?
Yeah,
You know
it doesn't
what I
make
mean?
sense. And that's why Oda had the eruption happen right after to say, hey, they're fine.
We see
probably
Babanuki again. Shout out Babanuki. And then
Babanuki should be dead too, by the way.
I mean, yeah, but
What was it? I forget what they call it. It blew up in his face.
the virus bomb.
The virus bomb blew up within him.
Well, what's in his stomach basically?
Yeah, and
Still alive.
fine. So
Bandages solve all.
bandages though.
Yeah,
This Chopper's really good at that. You guys saw Marco though, right?
yeah. He's just chilling in the corner doing
He's
nothing.
like, yeah, I did a lot.
Chopper's
He's
stressed,
happy.
right? Chopper's
Oh,
stressed.
we didn't mention Zoro. He's still passed out.
He's still fighting demons, bro.
Yeah, he's still fighting Brook. That's crazy.
Yeah. The thing is, like, when people said it was Brook, I was like, dog, like, that would be so lame if that shit is just Brook. I like the fact that Oda's experimenting or going along with this Reaper thing. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming it's Enma, and he's gonna come out of this stronger with a black plate or some shit.
Well, we know Hawkins can see the shadow of death, whatever that is. So
She thinks Zoro's a 1% guy.
And we know the underworld exists because of Brook, so I don't know what's going on.
yeah, we know the underworld's real.
Is this gonna be
Yeah.
like the spirit of the ship and like Skypiea? We find out like 2 arcs later what it is.
Yeah, probably.
Klabauter Man. That's Zoro's own personal Klabauter Man.
Well, the spirit of Edna, whatever that's
Yeah.
what to call it.
Yeah, once he comes out, he's gonna be like Ichigo, like the final gets 10 show.
Yeah,
Love it. But yeah, we have an explosion, right? An
big
eruption, I should
eruption.
say.
Yeah. That fills the sky with ash and lava.
Yeah,
So here's my thing, right?
that's scary. You know, when ash and lava is
That-
around.
Brago. In every movie, when the volcano erupts, is it the end of the movie?
No, you gotta escape.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, how can we have a cheerful, happy moment when the sky is full of ash and lava raining from the sky?
But the thing is, Momonosuke didn't seem to care as much. He just,
I mean, all you
I
gotta
know,
do is use
like-
a little bit of Conqueror's Hack and that shit will disappear. So
yeah.
I mean, yeah,
It's not a
but
big deal.
it's super ominous.
They're still like going along with this ceremony, and Oda somehow skipped the Kumasaki and Momonosuke reunion.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
She was riding on him.
Was she? Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah.
yeah, she was. There were. It
Yeah,
seems
they
like
were.
some time has passed because Luffy's already got bandages on. So I don't know
And
how
his
long
chopper
it's
is
been.
just super quick.
Yeah.
Some
Could be a
time has
couple of
passed.
minutes, could
Some
be
time has passed.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Um,
Chopper is fast.
But Momonosuke doesn't seem bothered by the send off. That's the only thing. That's why it's like it seems finite. Because it seems like Momonosuke is like, oh, it's just the final send off. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm like, okay, I guess we shouldn't worry about the eruption then.
But how can we have the dawn when the sky's covered in, like, the sky's covered, dude, and there's eruptions going off everywhere?
I guess we need someone that's a magma boy to come and take care of that.
Oh, Akaido. Shit.
He's on the ship.
He has no
Akaido's Joy
resources, so
Boy?
he sends himself.
That's crazy. Man.
No, I don't know what the hell is gonna happen here. It's like I have no idea what can happen next chapter.
Do I
really-
think
no
think
idea.
Kaido's gonna get back up? No. But do I think there's more story arc? Yes.
I agree. There's more. I think there's a lot more Wano to go because there's a lot more information that we need. But I don't think
Also-
Luffy versus Kaido is happening again.
If we don't get the Colonels in Act 3 next week, this ain't over. That's all I'm saying.
You guys still thinking about the axe?
But I mean, Act 3 has to end because it's Act 3. Like, we started Act 3, we have to end.
Well, yeah,
Act
you have. I'm sure Oda will close the curtains on Wano.
Yeah.
I mean,
why can't
yeah,
Act 3 just be the end of the Wano?
because I think there's gonna be a 4th act, which is epilogue, which is like wrap up. Because that's normally what the 4th act is for. 3rd act is climax and all that stuff, and the 4th act could be like wrap up.
Reading the poneglyphs.
Yeah, reading poneglyphs, doing all of that kind of stuff.
I went
if
back
you-
and I saw something recently where the anime director implied that Kaido is not the final antagonist of Wano. And people are like, well, maybe he was saying something wrong. Maybe
Orochi
it's a
gets back
translation.
up.
Moria turns up.
It can be Orochi. It's not Kaido, obviously. It would have to be
Maybe
the world
you're talking
government
maybe?
or
The
other
fuck?
Yonko. Other Yonko people.
Blackbeard.
The only thing
Blackbeard
with that
people.
is, like, we have to celebrate the victory of Wano. Otherwise, we haven't had, like, a banquet in, like, 3 arcs.
It's been a while. And
So
then
we can't-
they
we
specifically said that they're going to celebrate after
Yeah,
this, yeah.
and we can't have a celebration when there's volcanoes going off. See, that's the thing to me. Like, it's like, even in a symbolic way, like a volcano going off and the sky being dark and red and full of fire is extremely ominous.
Can't Luffy just clear that by himself now?
He's not.
I mean, yeah, but
He
Luffy
just
has
go
to
Gear
wake
5
up.
and like make a broom and then sweep it away.
I'm just saying from like a visual standpoint,
No, I
it's
agree with
extremely
you.
ominous. For, like, to
I
have
agree with that.
kind of stuff. Yeah.
But it's like Luffy is just insane.
We
now.
assume they both got. Big Mom and Kaido both got shot out of that volcano, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. They're on Wano already.
They're off one. They're probably just shot off into the atmosphere and they're gonna come back
No,
down.
they'd
to
land on
Island.
Big Mud's ship.
They're going to land on
conveniently.
Wano. Kaido's going to land on Wano and Big Mom might land on her ship.
Yeah, probably.
They're going to land in places where you're like, oh, how could that happen? I was like, well, you know,
So-
it just happened.
The final part. Denjiro announcing Momonosuke as a new shogun.
Well, about to anyway.
I think it's a little too early to celebrate. I don't know, man. Like,
It is, well, it seems like he's trying to get the ceremony going quickly. Like, he's
Yeah.
trying to, like, I think he's trying to reassure the people.
it seems
Right.
a little too quick
Very quick.
for my tastes. Like, Luffy, like we're not even done healing the sick or the injured,
Yeah, he's just
and
like,
we're already
hey,
claiming the W.
I think he's reassuring the people, bro. I think that's what he's doing.
Okay.
Just like, hey, this is the person that, you know. And I think Momonosuke as well, him going to the people in dragon form is reassurance as well. Like, hey, I'm trying to change the perception of how you see this dragon form. Like, now this is somebody that saved the country, you know.
All right. Do you think we'll ever get the reaction or the acknowledgement that Luffy's joined by from Kaido?
Yes, we have to. It's
Does
too
that
important.
break? Does that break Kaido? Or does that? What does that do for Kaido?
I think he goes on a journey of atonement.
Like Sasuke.
Yeah, that's how he's out of the story. He's just trying to find himself now.
Do you think? Do you think he goes on trial in Wano, and maybe he
Hell no.
commits seppuku in the honorable way?
No, he's not gonna do that.
I don't know, man. Like,
I'm just
I
not
think
gonna
we need-
have Kaido kill himself.
Hey, man,
Nah.
how'd he get introduced?
But he's been trying to do it. Why can he do it
Yeah.
now?
I don't know. He didn't have Enma.
He learned Rio with the battle with Luffy,
didn't have
and then
Enma.
he coated his
didn't
sword
have
with
Enma,
Rio
it's
and he killed
hilarious.
himself.
Yeah, he didn't have Enma, dude. I don't know. It's just a theory. Like, because I think we need a way to wrap up Kaido's story and for him to tell Luffy that he is Joy Boy. Because it's like, it's weird for Kaido because it seems like his whole character is based around finding Joy Boy. And now that he's found him, he's never going to talk to him again. Like, it's a strange situation.
Yeah, he has to acknowledge at some point that Luffy's Joy Boy. Oda has to have him recognize that in some way.
And also, do you think King acknowledges Luffy as Joy Boy?
Absolutely.
And do you think King joins the crew?
No,
No, I think he does join the final war though.
Okay, he's just there helping.
Yeah, he's gonna
What
play
about
the Marco. He's gonna play the Marco role in the final war.
Katakuri? Katakuri there in the final war?
no.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't think so. So you think Katakuri's gonna pull up with a fedora?
I think
That's
Katakuri's
his new
pulling
outfit?
up with
He
the
just wears that
donut,
hat.
the donut
that's
pirates.
cute, man.
No, I think Katakuri he leads to Big Mom Pirates. I think Big Mom is gonna be like clinically insane after this arc.
She's just, do you think the amnesia comes back or do you think she just gives up?
I think in some way she remembers all the shit,
She's just like completely done.
and then I think that's gonna break her. She's gonna come back. She's gonna go from this fucking incredible tyrant to this docile woman. She's gonna be an old woman living in Whole Cake Island.
Without the Elbath development?
It may happen in Elbath.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't think at the end of the story, Big Mom is gonna be Big Mom.
Yeah. Because she either like dies or changes her mind. Same with Kaido. You know?
Yeah.
You either die or change your mind. Basically.
And Oda's not gonna kill them. It's just like he didn't even want Big Mom to lose, like legitimately. You know what I mean? Like,
There's a chance they just both land on the
Kid
Navy
Mickey
ship
win.
so they could take it away.
yeah, they can't hold her though.
Yeah,
Because then
like
if they take her away, then that means the Big Mom pirates are going to be a part of the final war with Luffy.
yeah, like if
That
if
could
White-
be okay. So that could be how Katakuri could be fighting with Luffy. Like
Yeah,
I'm
to
only
free
here
Big Mom.
to free my mom.
Yeah. But then wouldn't that be a raid on Impel Down unless they tried to execute her at Marineford?
Well, they probably wouldn't try to execute her. They're keeping Impo down.
That'd be unbelievable.
Yeah, like keeping Big Mom. What the fuck?
And like Dovemaker's just talking shit to her on the daily. Just
Right.
herself,
She's gonna lose her mind, bro. When she goes to like mothering mode, it's over.
Yeah.
It's over. She's breaking out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a chapter. Do you guys typically rate the chapters? Well, I guess you can save it. You can save it.
Yeah, save it.
Overall, I think a good chapter. I think still in wait and see mode. Not sure what's gonna happen. I'm really excited to see where Oda's gonna go from here with this, because there's so many things that I think need to be resolved before we get out of here.
Yeah, we're not leaving Wano for at least, I'm gonna say, at least 15 chapters.
I agree with that.
At least.
I agree with that.
So the rest of the year is still Wano. So there you go.
4 or 5 years of Wano.
Yep.
Hey, it is what it is. More One Piece. I'm not complaining. But yeah, any final thoughts, guys?
I think that's about it.
Next week will be big as always. So
Yeah,
look forward to that.
it's a big week next week.
Big week. But yeah, that pretty much covers it. You guys can find Eric and Christian on their channel, the Red Force Podcast. Link in description, be in the title as well.
There you go.
You guys have your show when? Tomorrow?
Every Monday night for us, time zones get weird, so it's like Sunday morning for the US.
Yeah. So check out Eric and Christian. A lot of good shit over there. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll catch y'all in the next one.
Thanks, man.
Peace.
I start doubting me, I felt lost.